What do you do when you got to give back a car? What do you do when you got to move out your house that's being foreclosed? What do you do when you get a pink slip on your job? See, most of us haven't navigated life's transitions well. I mean, what do you do when your back is still up against the wall and you've been praying and fasting and crying and praying, fasting and crying and praying, fasting and crying? Ain't nothing happening. What do you do? How do you navigate through the processes of God? Come on, say how. How? What do you do when you want to keep your husband and he ready to go? Y'all ain't talking. What do you do when you're trying to teach your children the best you know and they still acting like they done lost their mind? What do you do when everything else is all failed around you and you feel like God is so far from you? You crying out to him, but you're just ready to give up. Y'all ain't talking. What is it that we do? How do we navigate transition? And so before I could teach navigating transition, because most of us don't know how. We don't know how to deal with conflict, so therefore I know we don't know how to get through transition. Many of us thinking that losing stuff is bad. Amen. Y'all ain't talking to me this morning. Amen. Now you could never pay for it. You had 48 months on the contract. You've been paying for it 16 months, and all 16 months you struggled, and then when it's time to give it up, you start crying. Look at your neighbor and say, you need God. Now, how in the world is a struggle getting out your life a hardship? What was the hardship when you were trying to keep something that God, oh, y'all ain't talking? How do we navigate transition? I came to tell a church this morning before we can navigate transition, we got to understand time. So I need time. And I need to understand season. It is obvious that we have what we call 4 seasons. We know them as winter, spring. I need my class to talk this morning. Winter, spring, summer, fall. But what happens now is that these seasons are so close.